Well, would you look at there? What just came out of the oven? Did you hear that pop? This is strawberry cheesecake. Has a shelf-stable life of a year. It's called oven canning. It is not FDA approved, but if you'd like to learn how to do it, follow me. You can use any topping you like. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is make our crust. You're going to need 1 pack of graham crackers. All right, so now that we have our graham crackers crunched up really good, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of sugar. And 1 stick of softened butter. And now we're just going to mix this really good. Now, in a half pint jar, I'm going to put a good tablespoon of this crust right in the bottom and just mash it down so that it's flat on the bottom. All right, so now we got our crust in our jars. We're going to bring a pot of water to a boil to use later, and then we will start making our cheesecake. All right, so now it's time to make our filling. We're going to start with 2 8-ounce packs of cream cheese. Make sure these are at room temperature. All right, so now we're going to mix our cream cheese till it's good and smooth before we add our next ingredient. You're going to want to mix each ingredient as you add it. All right, so while mixing, we're going to add our sugar in just a little at a time. Make sure it gets mixed up really good. All right, so now we're going to add our eggs 1 at a time and mix them in nice and smooth each step. All right, so now we're going to add 1 tablespoon of cornstarch and 2 tablespoons of flour. And now we're going to mix in our flour and cornstarch really good. Now add your 1 teaspoon of vanilla and mix until smooth. Now add your 8 ounces of sour cream and you're going to mix that until it's smooth. Last thing, add 1/8 of a cup of lemon juice and mix until smooth again. All right, so now we're going to fill up our jars. These are half pints. We're going to fill these up about halfway. Some people use a piping bag or a Ziploc bag to get this in there, but I find this just as easy. So after we get our jars filled, we're going to put them in a baking dish like this. I had to use 2 because we had 10. And then that water that you brought to a boil, it's still pretty warm. You're just going to add it to the bottom of your baking dish. You want the bottom of your jars to touch it. Come up about a quarter way of the jars. Let they bake for 30 minutes at 375. We're going to take our hot topping and we're going to put a good tablespoon in, at least a good tablespoon on top.
Right.
If you got room, you can put a little more. All right, guys, so now we're going to wipe our edge really good. Remember to wear a glove. These are really hot. We're going to put a clean lid and a ring, finger tight, on every jar. All right, so now that we got lids and rings on them, we're going to put them back in the oven for 10 minutes, pull them out, set them on a towel, and let them seal. And guys, there you have it. Beautiful cheesecake that is stable for up to a year. I hope you enjoy. Give it a try. If you have any questions, message me. I'll try to answer it. So many of you, but I do really appreciate it. Thank you, guys. I hope you enjoy.